You've made it. Welcome to session 6. This is the final session of the Facebook Marketing and Ads course, and I congratulate you on completing it. Now we still have this session to go, but what we're going to do today is give an overview of the steps to take, so that if you just wanted to get the first session was the big picture, and then here, now that you've been through the whole journey, it's kind of like you start simple, you get complex, and then you end up simple. So now you end up simple on the other side of complexity, and you can hopefully better understand the various steps that you're going to take for ongoing Facebook marketing. Great to have you here. And as usual, I have my teammates here, Alyssa and Captain, and Margaret might be here as well. But I just encourage my team members to unmute anytime there's a question that I should answer. So feel free to interrupt me. Alyssa and Captain and Margaret, feel free to unmute. Okay, great. So first thing, as always, I'd love to know if you made any progress since the previous session. And I welcome you to chat below and anything you did. I'm just going to give you a moment to do that, and then I'm going to read out a couple of progress notes here. Great. Karen has boosted her first post with her product business, and we'll be testing out variations this week. That's great. See, Richard got a new design for his Facebook page with Fiverr, someone on Fiverr for $25. They did a great job. He says he wished he had done it years ago. That's great. All right. Kim has created a lookalike audience. Awesome. Okay. And Eddie has installed the pixel on his site. Good. All right. So now let's get into the overall steps. And what I'm going to do, as usual, is share the document with you. So where we are at is session 6, which is on page 55 of the document. Now, I realized one thing I wanted to do before we get into that was to let you know that the Facebook Ads Mastermind that I am facilitating is going forward. So we've got the minimum, actually the 11th member just joined us, so the minimum was 10. Now we have 11 members. So it is definitely happening. We're going to have a private Facebook group where members can ask any and all questions. There will be accountability to apply this course ongoingly, so that you're like, okay, now I've got all this course, but now, that's what happens when the course ends is the motivation tends to dwindle, unfortunately. But that's what the mastermind is for. It's $50 a month for the mastermind. I think it's worth it because, the accountability to apply the course, plus all the discussion you're going to have in the course with how people's testing is going. I'm going to be sharing my cool audience testing insights, and there will be a private call for the course each month to do some Q&A, masterminding, and if there are 4 more members that join us, we'll do a second call a month, and then 5 more members will be a third call a month, etc. So every 5 members, up to 25 is the maximum. So join us if you can pay the $50 a month for 3 months. It's a 3-month commitment. So $150, 3-month mastermind private group with me, up to 25 people. So are you interested? If you are, I just posted a link in there. But if you're self-motivated, you don't need the mastermind, and you could just ask questions in the course document even after the course ends to get support that way. Okay? All right. So let's now go down to page 55 of the document, and let's walk through this together. Okay. So this, we only have 4 pages because basically everything is a kind of a summary, and it links you to all the previous sections of the document. So the first thing we do is, if you haven't already taken the starting week actions, that's something you only need to do once. So as usual, if you click on any of the blue underlined links and click on the link underneath that, that'll jump you to the right page of the document. So that's page 9. This is day 1 of the starting week. You know, you haven't already created a Facebook page, do that, obviously. Here are all the instructions about that. Day 2, if you haven't already written a native text-only post, do that. And then day 3, if you haven't already created a Business Manager account, and just to reiterate, why is this necessary at all? I don't use Business Manager at all, except for the fact it is required if you want to upload any email list or customer list to create a custom audience. That's the only reason I use a Business Manager. I don't use a Business Manager for any other reason. I don't have anything fancy that I do. I bet Captain knows more about the Business Manager now than I do. I only use it for that single reason, to upload the custom audience. I don't even have a pixel. Like, hear me out. I don't have a pixel on my Business Manager. I only have a pixel on my personal ad account. And I associated my personal ad account to my Business Manager because I was required to do that, to upload custom audiences. That's the only reason to use a Business Manager. Okay, so don't keep it super simple. We're not ad agencies here. Some, Alyssa and Captain, they are, but we're just keeping it simple. Okay, so and then day 4, install a Facebook Pixel. You can do this with a Business Manager, or you can do this on your personal ad account. It doesn't matter. Okay, if you have 2 pixels, just choose one. Don't use both. Okay, if you have 2 pixels installed on your website, it's not a big deal, but you should work with, Alyssa or Captain or Margaret to figure out which pixel you're going to use. But you only need one. Got it? I mean, the only reason to have more than one pixel is if you have a complex set of businesses. Most of us don't. The pixel will gather data about your engagers, and it will make it smarter when it's trying to do various kinds of conversion optimizations and things like that. So there's some behind the scenes smartness going on with the pixel, but for all intents and purposes, most of us just need one pixel. Like I said, if you have like extremely different audiences and extremely different businesses, that might justify a different pixel. But even if you have multiple websites and it's similar enough audience, you just need one pixel, because when you create a custom audience for a website, even with different websites, you can just specify the URL. People who have visited this particular URL, I want to target them. And that could be different websites. Anyway, if you don't know what I just said, just disregard the last 2 minutes. Okay? Let's keep going. Day 2 of starting week, create custom audiences of your website visitors. And, like I said, when you create custom audiences of your website visitors, you can select all website visitors. I'll just show you directly online here. Okay. That's not the right account. Okay. And like I said, Alyssa and Captain and Margaret, if there's anything that I should answer, just go ahead and unmute. Otherwise, I'm not able to read the chats right now. Otherwise, I can see that Captain and Alyssa and Margaret, they're helping out in the chat. So those of you watching the replay, of course, you should look at the chat log for some additional Q&A. And always, you can ask questions by highlighting a phrase you don't understand, or you have a question related to that phrase, and just click on the plus button and ask your question here. You could do that even after the course is over. I think you can keep doing the Q&A in the course document until probably towards the end of the year. And then next year, when I teach the next version, maybe a couple months before next year. Well, when the next version of the course is released, I will stop the Q&A in the old in this going to be old document by that point. Okay, so like I said, when you're creating a website traffic kind of custom audience, it usually says all website visitors, but if you have your pixel installed on more than one website, you just go to people who visited specific web pages. And so instead of georgekao.com, I could do, georgespiritualcoaching.com, which is not a real website, / whatever, So that could be an example of, hey, I've pixel installed on this other website, and I'm just targeting people going there instead. So that's what I mean by just one website, where one pixel is needed. Okay, and then after you've done your custom audiences for all these different things, by the way, LinkedIn contacts, I realized after I put this advanced thing in that LinkedIn has stopped allowing us to download email addresses of our LinkedIn connections. So this whole section is kind of moot by this point. So my apologies. Although the imported contacts, if you did any imported contacts in LinkedIn, you still can download those email addresses, but no longer your connections. They turned that off, I think maybe a few months ago, actually. I just didn't realize that before I put this in. Of course, this other stuff is really important. I should make these things. Just going to do this real quick here. Yeah, I think any other contacts, those are much more important than LinkedIn by this point. But I'll just put that back in case you want to, in case you want to explore that. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, and then create a warm audience. So your warm audience is made up of your custom audiences that you've created. Okay, so select all the custom audiences that you created. Okay, so Facebook engagers, 365, for example, and your website people, your email list people, your customers. Okay, all right. Create a cool audience, and we've talked about this already at length. This is where you are, I'm assuming that at the starting week, I'm actually assuming you don't have any warm audiences. You're a brand new business. You have no website. You have no email list. You have no customers at all. And if that was the case, you would have skipped creating a warm audience, and you would have skipped, if you're a brand new business, you would have skipped creating a custom audience because you have nobody who has engaged with you at all, right? Make sense? So you would have skipped all that, and you would have gone directly to day 2 of starting week, step 3, creating cool audiences. And you would have just started with, hey, people who are into horseback riding, I'm going to filter in for some of the high income people. So people who are into management in their demographic, who are into horseback riding. I don't know what you want to do for high income people, but who are also happen to be into mindfulness, and who are also into personal development or whatever it is you're trying to target. Okay, so cool audiences. You're testing. Be careful about South Africa. I'm not trying to discriminate here, but if you're looking at these, this is really not a. I should put this because this is really not in the same category. Even though it is a very large English-speaking country, it tends to have very low-income audiences compared to the I guess the other English-speaking countries here. So really, the main ones are English-speaking is these 4. If you just use these 4, that's enough. Honestly, you have more than enough people to work with for the rest of your life, for multiple lifetimes. Okay, only when you're like more advanced. So I'm going to just do these 4. That's it. Just keep it really simple. Actually, I'll put Ireland as number 5 in there that you might want to test as well. But Ireland is pretty small. So really, it's these 4, and then some of the larger ones. Netherlands is pretty good, actually. Put that up here. And what else is worth putting higher up? I think Singapore is decent, although culturally speaking, it's not quite the same as these four countries. But very high. It's probably one of the higher income countries in the world by capita, by the way. But anyway, explore, experiment. That's the bottom line there. And what else? Anyway, I've talked through all this in earlier sessions, so I'm just kind of skipping past this quickly so we can kind of I'm just giving you a quick overview of everything here. Day 3 of starting week, you are editing the text that you made in the previous day or previous couple days, whenever you did that. And then you're advertising the text post to the warm audience using the reach type of campaign. Got it? Hopefully you understand what that means by now. If not, we can. There will be some time for Q&A at the end of this session. Okay, day 3, you make a video. I recommend it. If you're not yet, confident enough on video, that's okay. You can skip this for now. But I really want to encourage you to get into doing videos sooner rather than later, because I'll just tell you my own video story. My first online video was in 2009. I was so embarrassed about it. I was so embarrassed about how I looked and how I sounded that I didn't make another online video for 4 years. I avoided it, and I talked badly about making video. Oh, videos, those are overhyped, and no, you don't never need to do video. And I was a marketing coach. I was very down on video from 2009 to 2013. And then in 2013, finally, a fellow marketing friend convinced me to try doing video again and for his audience. So I did. He was Tad Hargrave, by the way, forever grateful to him. And I made a video for Tad's audience, and they seemed to like it. And that encouraged me to think about making videos for my audience. And then I kind of kept going from there. And now you can't keep me off of video, right? Can't keep me off of video. I still look the same. In fact, I had more wrinkles. If you look at my videos from years ago, more wrinkles. My voice is not as young and chipper. And actually, I'm probably not even as good on video. I mean, ironically, I think I'm worse on video now than I was in 2015. But at least I'm more confident. Maybe I'm a little bit smarter 4 years later. So I made my second video in 2013, but I was still so shy. I didn't get into regular videos until 2015. It took me all those years, and I committed to making 100 videos, Monday through Friday. I took Saturday, Sunday off. Made 100 videos by the end of 2015. And after that, I was hooked. I was like, I am not a celebrity. I don't look like a celebrity. I'm not. Most of you, not all of you. I just say, all of you. You're like, oh, is it me? All of you are better looking than me. I was going to say most of you are better looking. I think all of you are better looking than me, and or at least as good looking as me, if not better looking. And so you have no excuse. Honestly, you have no excuse not to be on video. So just do it. If you want some encouragement, some additional motivation, some additional advice, I have a video creation course. What is the link? Is it georgekao.com/video creation, something like that? And you can take that course if you want to, but you just need to get going and get the confidence by making it. That's really the only way. The only way there is through. That's what I've learned. And you could start with a smaller group of people, some supportive friends, and then kind of go from there. Okay. All right. So now we are advertising the video to your warm audience reach. Again, if you have no warm audience yet, you're starting a brand new business, you would directly be advertising it to cold using the engagement type of campaigns for both the text and the video. Okay. And then day 4 of starting week, we talked about creating a custom conversion so you can start tracking whether people are signing up for your email list from Facebook, whether people are buying your products or whether people are signing up for your exploratory calls or anything you're selling. Custom conversion helps you to track that so you can know whether your Facebook ads is financially profitable for you. Very important, very important. We covered that in session 4. Okay, and then we went down to the ongoing week. Okay, so let me just explain, why is there a difference between ongoing week and starting week? Starting week are the actions you really do once. And once you've done the starting week actions, then from now on, you will just be doing ongoing week actions. Ongoing week 1, ongoing week 2. Those are the only 2 types of ongoing weeks that I have in this system. So let me just double check here. Yeah, there's only ongoing week 1, ongoing week 2. That's it. And so you basically, from now on until you retire, you just do ongoing week 1, and then ongoing week 2, and then back to ongoing week 1, and then back to ongoing week 2 forever. Now, until you retire or until you have an assistant that's doing, or a team that's doing all of this for you. Okay? Ongoing week 1, you know, day 1, step 1 is to advertise previous text. So why did I even do the whole starting ongoing week system? Is because ongoing week 1, you're advertising the previous text to cool, and then people will be like, what do you mean previous text? Well, that's from the starting week, or that's from the previous ongoing week 1. Do you see what I mean? Like, basically, this is a loop. This is an eternal loop of ongoing week 1, ongoing week 2. So advertise the text to the cool using engagement, and then write a new text, 200, 500 words, using the same guidance as previously written here. So you would just, review this guidance every couple of months, maybe, to remind you of what you could do to make your writing a little bit better. Okay, and then we go down to, where are we here? Ongoing week, day 2. Edit the text post you wrote yesterday, or it could be any other day during the week. When I say day 1 and day 2 just means you've slept on it or you have taken a break for a couple of days. Okay, so it can be any other day. And you edit the post so that you can make it a little bit better. Improve it based on guidance regarding the content. I'm not going to click there right now, but day 2, step 2, advertise the text post to warm reach. Same guidance as written before. Day 2, step 3, make video if you're doing that kind of thing already. If not, you could just skip, okay? And if your ad is disapproved now, how do you prevent your ad from being disapproved in the first place? You just have to be aware that whenever you're using the word anxious or anxiety or depression or depressed, those are the biggest trigger words. Or not even, like, I had a client who who wrote in her blog post, "Are you late all the time?" Okay, so that's even Facebook says, "Oh, you're criticizing people." And Facebook doesn't want you to criticize anybody, not even for being late. Okay? Certainly not racial stuff. You can't say, "Are you looking for a white person to date?" No, that's completely flaggable, right? So, I mean, that's hopefully more obvious to us, but emotional, a lot of us are coaches, so you can't talk about emotional stuff using the word you. You could say when one is anxious, or when I am anxious, or when we are anxious, that tends to go through okay. Or anxious? But even that, I mean, that might be, I don't know if they'll flag that or not. But here's the key. You need to test it out, because there's a trade-off between being powerful in your writing versus having the Facebook robot flag you, okay? And a lot of times, even if the robot flags you, you can still appeal and say, "Hey, I carefully reviewed the policies, and I'm not criticizing people. You'll see if you read it that I'm not criticizing people. And will you please read it again? And usually the humans will say, oh yeah, you're not trying to criticize. You're not actually saying that they're anxious. You're just trying to help them out here. So the humans will approve of the flagged. I find that 75, 80% of the time, they'll let it go through. Maybe 50% if at the lowest end. So just play around with that. Give it a try, okay? Don't be afraid of getting flagged. It's not going to damage your account, okay? All right. Ongoing week 1, day 3, you're responding to comments, okay? And we've talked about that. We've talked about this. Ongoing week 2, you're analyzing who your likers and engagers are of your cool ad. You're basically looking for the quality, gauging quality of audience. Don't want it to go to the next line. Gauging quality here. Okay, we talked about that. And then ongoing week 2, day 1. Okay. Step 2 is analyzing the numbers. Okay, gauging. Well, obviously it's the quantity here. We've talked about analyzing the numbers. Okay. And then ongoing week 2, day 1, step 3 is to post a call to action. So as I said before, I recommend that you do this at least once a month. And many of you aren't even doing it once a month. If you're not posting a call to action, your audience just thinks that you write for a living, that you post on Facebook for a living. No, really, that's what they think. They think it's just a hobby. Oh, you're so nice. Oh, you have such wonderful content. Oh, what do you do for work? Do you work at Starbucks? Because you will if you don't post a call to action. Nothing wrong with working at Starbucks. It just doesn't pay very much. It's probably actually kind of a fun job, right? So, except I can't stand and do all that stuff all day. It's very hard work, in my opinion. So you got to do it at least once a month. Maybe if you're doing enough postings, you could do it every 5 to 10 posts. I have a call to action every 7 of my posts because I post every day. Now, sometimes I schedule. I work Monday through Friday on my main business. But you'll see a posting every single day from me on my Facebook business page. And so I have a call to action every Wednesday. So one of every 7 is a nice rhythm there. Okay. And we talked about the different calls to action you can do there. In session 5, we talked about the different ideas, 13 different ideas here for you, 14. Ongoing week 2, day 2, okay, is to advertise the call to action to your warm. Now, why the next day? Just because I'm giving you a chance to edit your call to action. You probably slept on it and go, oh, I should have said it better, right? You can edit it now before you advertise it to your warm audience. Warm conversion or reach, okay? Except for Facebook event, it's increasing awareness. So that technically it's called an engagement campaign. By the way, I just found out how to do boosting a Facebook event through the Facebook Ads Manager, because I always thought that you had to go to your Facebook page. Let me show you what I mean by boosting an event, because I just did that today. I should have waited until this session to boost it, but anyway, you go to your events page, you go to the thing, and then this will say boost. Once you create it, this won't say boost again, obviously, because I just did it, but this will say boost or promote. And this is usually how I boost and how I advertise an event. I create it first on my page, and then I advertise it directly on the event page, because that's the only way I knew how to do it, existing event. I just learned that, oh, you can actually do it directly from the Ads Manager by doing this. I'll show you. Create, start over. create an engagement. Okay, if you're wanting to go through the ads manager so you have more options, you just go into engagement and do event responses instead of post engagement page, like event responses. Do your budgets. I'm not going to do that right now just because I'm just showing you real quick. Do your audience and budget stuff. And then in the ad level, on the ad level, what you do is you go down to event, and here's where you can select an existing event. I didn't realize that. So you go here and you do, oh, by the way, I'm able to do TADS because I'm an admin for TADS page. I don't really do anything on this page. I just, in the past, I helped him with something, so I'm still an admin. But you can only choose an event for Facebook pages where you're an admin, okay? So that's how you choose that first. And then everything else is filled out. You don't have to upload anything once you choose the event. I didn't know that. Because when I first looked at it, I'm like, oh, you have to upload everything? You have to like create a new event? No. Go down here and choose the event first that you've already created. And then everything is uploaded. Except for whatever reason, this is weird. The text, you might have to copy and paste the text that you wrote. You might have to copy and paste this. So, okay. Anyway, a little bit too much detail for the overview session, but I wanted to show you this new thing that I learned. Okay, so conversion ad, we talked about when you're selling your services or selling your products or programs or selling an upcoming webinar or event, you do a conversion ad, okay? Except for events, like I said, event responses is what I recommend. Ongoing week 2, day 2, step 2, optional, is create another cool audience to test. And here's also where I taught you about lookalike audiences. This is for people who already have a warm audience that they could use as a source to create lookalike, which allows you to use Facebook's smart engine of finding the right people who are similar to the source audience you have uploaded. It's really cool. It's really very helpful. So this is like the smartest detailed targeting you could ever do is by using a lookalike audience. Facebook does all the detailed targeting for you behind the scenes, okay? So we talked about that, and finally, now we're back. So you just keep doing ongoing week 1, all the actions there, and you keep doing ongoing week 2, all the actions there. That's it. So before I finish off, we're halfway through the hour, so go ahead and stretch if you would like, optional. And think about any questions you have. Those of you who are here live can, of course, post the questions directly in the chat. Those who are watching the replay later, go ahead and just go into the session 6, and you can either, actually, I didn't even talk about this thing. Okay, sorry. I haven't finished teaching you yet about the ongoing actions. But anyway, I was going to say, if you have any questions, you can either, highlight a part of session 6, what do you mean by this? Or better yet, if you can go click on how to for any of these actions, this will bring you, for example, to ongoing week 1, step 1, and maybe some of your questions are answered by rereading this. And if you have any questions, you could just, again, highlight something and click on the plus button for, all the way till the end of 2019 and beginning of 2020. You can keep doing this. Okay. Actually, yeah, because then 2020, I'll teach a new version. Okay, so besides ongoing week 1, ongoing week 2 actions, I also recommend that you think about doing these things. I mean, these things may be obvious for some of you, but I wanted to just kind of reiterate. You should respond to the private messages on your Facebook fan page. Okay? And, just basically go to your Facebook fan page. Actually, there's a video. If you don't know how to find your private messages from your fan page, there's a video that Captain, or I think either Alyssa made, I think Alyssa made this one. I will link it here. And yeah, I will link it here. Sorry, I forgot to do that for this session recording. So I'll make a note to do that. And also Alyssa made a video on how to respond. One of the two, Captain or Alyssa, made a video on how to respond to your comments, your shares, and posts on your Facebook fan page. And by the way, if you want to go the extra mile, you can privately message any of your commenters. I think it's like within 6 weeks, or maybe it was 6 months. Definitely within 6 weeks of the person's comment, you can privately message them, and that really makes them feel good, you know. And that also facilitates more of a connection between you and them. And in terms of the Facebook algorithm, this also helps, because if you have a private message going on with somebody, they will more likely see your posts in the newsfeed, including your fan. You know, if you privately message them with your fan page, they'll more likely see your fan page posts in the newsfeed. So that's kind of cool little bonus. And so let me show you how to privately message somebody who commented on one of your posts. Okay, so we'll go back to my go back here. Oh, one thing I didn't show you on the event page, which I'm going to do right now. When you create an event page, click on the 3 dots. No, I'm sorry. Click on the share button and click on invite friends. And you can basically quickly invite everybody who has said yes to one of your previous events. Okay. So, oh, by the way, if your previous event, you say, George, didn't you have more than 8 people say yes to your Facebook marketing course? That is true. But Facebook has divided each session into separate events here, even though when I created the Facebook event page, it was one event page, and I had multiple sessions on that event page. But when I'm in the invite dialog, they basically put them all as separate sessions. So you can just click on any of your previous events where you had guests, and you click select all, and then go to another one. Select, oh, see, that was just one session only. Select all again. Some of these are checked. Some of these are, oh, maybe they're all checked. I'm just going to select all anyway. And select all. Oh, this is my groups. And also your Facebook groups. Any Facebook groups of clients, for example, you could just, click there and select all, and then click send invites. And this will send them a notification to say, oh, George Kao has invited you to an event. And they can then look at the event more easily. Okay? And by the way, be sure to click that you are going to your own event. So you click on going, and then be sure that, like if I originally, it might say interested, or it might even say going without the check mark, but you want to make sure you click on going. If it doesn't have a check mark, click on going until it has a check mark on all the sessions of your events. Okay. So I was going to show you how to privately message someone who has commented on one of your posts. So let's go to one of my posts. Okay, that's weird. There usually is a message button. Does anybody know if they removed that? Oh, that is really weird. That's really strange. There's usually a message button next to like and reply. Wonder if oh, that's really weird. Okay, so maybe Facebook Live videos. So this is a Facebook Live video, and I can't privately message the commenters. So we're all learning together. But like I said, I am not, not even Mark Zuckerberg knows everything about how Facebook works. Why? Because Facebook is built by a team of thousands of people. So like everybody in the Facebook ecosystem knows like something about how it works, but it's such a monster now that not there's no one person who knows everything about how everything works. so I'm learning all the time, like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so any Facebook expert you learn from, I think, will, if they're honest, will reveal that they don't know everything either. So on a regular post, you can message. You can click on message, and it will attach, unfortunately, it will attach your entire message, and you can't X out the attachment, but you just have to let it be. I think it'll give like a summary. I will give a preview of a few lines, and they can click on it to read the whole thing again. But here's how you can privately message Harcharan. Okay, so you can do that with any other post except for, see, this was a link post, and I could privately message Douglas. This is a uploaded video, and I can privately message people. But if it's a live video, I cannot privately message. I just have to reply. I just have to reply to people, public reply. Okay? So that's going the extra mile. People will feel good. And what should you privately message? Say, hey, thanks so much for your comments. I really appreciate that you've been commenting on my stuff, and it means a lot to me. Or you can continue the conversation about whatever they said. You can publicly reply to them if you want as well. And then further, you can even publicly reply, say, hey, that's a really great comment, Harcharan, and I'm going to message you to continue this conversation. I think this is interesting, right? Something like that, right? And that might even, having that kind of public reply might even encourage others to privately message you, which is, again, good for the algorithm when people privately message your fan page. And then it's just a reminder to check your personal profile messages, which all of you probably do automatically anyway, like 50 times a day, or whenever a message comes through, you probably find it on your phone, or it comes through. So that's just a reminder, but you probably do that automatically. Okay, so the next other thing to do every week, or as often as you can, is what I call net caring, which is to filter your newsfeed by friend lists. Let me show you what I mean. Let me reshare and share the computer sound so I can show this video to you. So the idea is that instead of going on Facebook, I don't know how many of you, when you surf Facebook, do you just go to the newsfeed and like randomly? So when you go to the newsfeed or home, you are letting Facebook randomly, hot dog, you're letting Facebook randomly serve you postings from random pages, not random, but their guesses for what you're going to be most interested in. What if you just wanted to look at the postings of your clients? What if you just want to look at the postings of the influencers that you're networking with? You can do that. You can filter the newsfeed by specific people only with a few clicks. Do any of you know this? Have any of you done this? It's amazing. I never surf, not never, but rarely do I surf Facebook's newsfeed. I only surf the friend lists to see what's new with my clients, with my influencers I'm networking with colleagues, okay? And here's how you do that. You click on this video and you go to video starting at 225. So let's go over to this video. Play the video. And it's sound off automatically, so just make sure you turn the sound on the bottom right. Primary activities that I do. One is to post content, again, so that which of course I do through my Facebook business page. Use what's called the friend lists. So the friend list you can find under the Explorer. Again, you have to be in the home screen. So let me see if it's still there under Explorer. Under Explorer, yeah, friend list. You might have to click See More. But anyway, which is I show you how to do it. Your coaches also have fan page. Liked it. It's called Eagerly Growing. Report. I can just click. So yeah, I'm showing you how to easily look at just the postings, the newest postings of your clients, of your colleagues. You can have specific friend lists, colleagues, clients, etc. This is how you use Facebook productively, because by doing this, there is an end to the newsfeed. You literally keep scrolling and go, oh, I actually finished reading all the postings of my clients. I mean, usually it's only a few posts of your clients. Like you finished reading Facebook. You're done. Or, oh, I finished reading the posts of my, the 3 influencers I'm networking with. I'm done. Versus if you go to Facebook Home, you're never done. There is another 1,000 posts for you to read. Does that make sense? This is a game changer for surfing Facebook. That's why I'm so efficient. That's why I don't use Facebook for personal reasons anyway. But I use Facebook for business, and this is how I use it. I do net carrying for the people that matter for my business. I have to say, I feel a little guilty. I don't even keep up with the postings from my family. I should go to that friend list. You can create a friend list of your family members that you want to keep track of too. Okay. So that's what net carrying means in this context. And then now you can check your personal notifications by going to this link. This is a shortcut link for you, or the other way of doing it is clicking on this bell icon, as you all know. And let me show you how I efficiently go through my notifications. Because I think a lot of you probably just click on this 10 times a day, and I only click on this every other day, once every other day. And actually, I used to do it every 3 days, but then it's like got too much. So I do it every other day, once. I click on this button. I immediately click on See All. Okay, immediately click on See All. And that's step 2. Step 3 is I quickly load them all first. I quickly load them all until the point where everything else is unread. The white means it's unread. The blue means it's not yet read. Okay? And the reason why I load them all first is because Facebook has a weird thing where they'll insert additional notifications if you haven't yet loaded everything. It's a weird bug. I load them all first until I get to all the red ones first. And then I scroll back up, and here's what I do. I do Command F on my keyboard, okay, and I typed in replied, or on Windows, it's Control F. On the Mac, it's Command F. And then I type in the word replied, and this will highlight for me all the replies. And as you can see here, there are no replies. And why do I highlight replies first? Because when I'm managing groups, the replies are buried. Like if you go to a group, you see the postings at the top of a group and you see the newest comments, but you can't see the replies because they're buried. That's why I purposely filter out the replies so I can quickly see, what are the replies? I should click on that. And if I wanted to look at a reply, I right click, or on a Mac, it's Control click. I open link in the new window. So I basically open my notifications that I want to track, I want to look at in separate tabs. Anyway, so I have no replies. Okay. And then now the next thing I do is I do a Command F or Control F again and do 2019. And basically I skip over all my Masterheart 2019 notifications because I already have a system. I already have a time set aside every day to look at my Masterheart postings and comments and things. So I don't need to look at them while I'm here in notifications. I just have a separate system for tracking these things. So you might have the same thing with your groups or whatever. And I basically just, here's what I look for. I look for anything that is not a thumbs up. The thumbs up I'm grateful for. It's great, wonderful that people like and love my stuff. But I know that I don't need to click on it. I don't need to click on that fact that they've liked something. So, okay, I look at this. I usually, yeah. And by the way, I don't recommend that you invite anybody to a Facebook event unless you're really, you're pretty sure that they would be interested. Okay. So invite your previous clients, invite friends that have expressed interest in that particular topic. And that's it. That's really the people you should click on the invite for. Okay. So, okay. And so I'm going to skip past because these are things I'm going to be tracking later in a different time of the day anyway. And Team Gary Vee created doc. Okay. So when you see a notification from a group that you don't really want to get notified by all the time, you can click on the 3 dots next to the notification and say, only get notifications about friends posts from this group. Otherwise, you are getting notifications of a lot more postings. Not all the postings, but some of the highlights from the group is what they're going to try to notify you for. So only get notification about friends' posts from the group is a nice way to tone it down. Or if you completely want to get rid of all notifications from a group, I'm hesitant of saying this because some of your Master Heart members are like, oh, I can get rid of all Master Heart notifications. Then you'll engage less. I don't want you to engage less. But I should show you this anyway. To get rid of all notifications in a group, you just go into the group and you uncheck notifications and you click on off. So usually it's on highlights by default, but you can do off if you want to. Okay. And I'm going to keep it on highlights because I'm new to this group and I kind of want to engage a little bit here. And then you also look for any green. Okay. I look for green and then usually it's someone mentioned you or someone commented on one of your posts. So again, I right click on it, I open a new tab, and that's how I keep track of that. I'm also sending some encouragement to Caroline for her thing, so I'm going to open that. And okay, and then what else? I'm skipping over the 2019s because I'm tracking that later in my day. Posted. Oh, okay. So if someone posted, I should take a look at that. I open a new link. Okay, all right, and then skip over that. Release a new video. And if you want to stop getting notifications from a page, click on the 3 dots and say turn off notifications about live videos. Now, some of you are going to do that for George Cow. I'm afraid of that. but it's okay. You could do that if you want to. But I'm trying to support FocusMate, so I will open a new tab and kind of engage with that thing. Also commented, reacted to her link, so I'm going to open that. Okay, so once I have opened the notifications I want to engage with, here's what I do. I click, you can scroll up to the top if you want, and I click on the bell icon, and I click on Mark All as Read. This is important. Click on the bell icon, click Mark All as Read. And now all of them will be marked as read so that the next time you do this process, you can easily find the section to where you stop doing this. And now that I've done this, I can close this tab, and I can now engage one by one with each of the notifications I have opened. Got it? Now I can engage one by one.
What would happen to the world if anyone could learn anything?
Okay, cool. So with that, let's go back to the resource guide. Check on your friend requests. Okay, so you don't have to confirm or accept. I have 945 friend requests. You don't have to delete them. You don't have to confirm them. I only confirm friend requests of clients. That's it. I basically confirm clients. I confirm real world friends, obviously family members. I confirm people who have taken multiple workshops from me. So if you've taken multiple workshops from me, feel free to add me as a friend and I will confirm you. Sometimes I don't know if you've taken multiple workshops because I don't know all the names of all my workshop students now, unfortunately. But you can message me and say, oh yeah, George, I've taken this class, that class, this class from you, and then I will confirm you as a friend. But that's it. And I just keep the rest just unconfirmed and undeleted. You don't have to do anything, okay? Just like that. And then here I've talked about ongoing week 1. I've talked about ongoing week 2. Week 2, I've talked about all this stuff now. Oh, quarterly actions, just as a reminder. If you may want to go to your audiences and upload a new list of people. So let me show you. You go to any of your uploaded audiences. Okay, go to any of your uploaded audiences. And then go to filters. Okay, go to your go to your audiences, basically go to your audiences, click on filters, and go to data file. And this will filter just by the audiences you uploaded. And so let's say I want to update this, once a quarter, like, oh, I have more MailChimp people now I want to upload. You click on the one you uploaded previously, you click on edit, and then you click on add customers. And then you can go ahead and upload the full list again. You don't have to, you can upload the full list again, and Facebook will not duplicate the ones you already uploaded in the past. Facebook will know, oh yeah, these people, you just uploaded 1,000 people. 940 of them were already uploaded before, so we're going to disregard them. We're going to add the new 60 people automatically. So that's how you update this once a quarter. That's it. So congratulations, you've completed the course. A couple of actions for you here. Please let me know how this course was. I would love to improve it for the next version. And this, if you click on this link, this will bring you to the feedback form. And okay, feedback. So go ahead and click on the feedback form, and now you can select that you've taken all 6. But if you're only giving feedback on session 6, just do session 6. Or if you haven't yet given feedback, you can check all of them. Okay. And this will kind of help you to kind of, all right, here's what I'm going to do. You don't have to answer very much. I'm just very curious which idea stuck with you that you remember that you're trying to implement. Okay. And then what else would you want me to cover in the future? What other topics do you want me to teach for courses? And you don't have to give me a testimony if you don't want to. Thankfully, I have enough. But there's never too many testimonials. So if you want to give me a testimonial, click on yes, and then next you can write something there for me if you want to. Okay. All right. And would you like support? Chances are you would. I'll click on this later. Remember the Facebook Ads Mastermind group. If you want some accountability for applying the course, I will have a weekly accountability thread like, hey, what are you going to do this week for your Facebook ads implementation? So that's pretty cool. That'll kind of keep you engaged and keep you applying. And you can ask all kinds of questions. You can ask every single question under the sun about Facebook ads inside the group, and I will answer it within a few days usually. I'll try to answer it the same day if I can, but give me a couple days. So you can apply for it here. It's $50 a month, 3-month commitment. If there's enough interest, we'll keep going month after month after that. So if you can afford the $50 a month plus your ad budget, go ahead and apply. And that's all. So let's go look at the support options here. Click on the support options, click here. And just to remind you, if you are getting confused by all the highlighting, all the comments in this document, you can always click on the pencil icon on the top right or suggesting icon and just click on viewing. And if you click on the icon on top right, click on viewing. Now you're looking at a clean document without the comments and without all the highlighted stuff, except the highlights that I personally made, okay? Support options, anyway, be sure to sign up for the bonus Q&A call, which you have access to. If you buy my courses, you have access, the clock starts and you have access the next 3 months to the bonus Q&A call, which happens twice a month at different time zones. You can sign up for both if you want to. But even if you don't sign up, okay, only sign up if you're actually going to show up. Don't sign up to get the recording, because you're going to get the recording anyway without signing up. So please don't sign up, because otherwise I think a bunch of people are showing up and only like half of you show up. Got it? Don't sign up unless you're going to commit to be there. Okay, so if you're not sure, just don't sign up. Only when you're sure should you sign up, because everyone gets I have a timer. Everyone gets the recording anyway if you sign up within the last 3 months of any course. Okay. All right. Remember, you got some personalized hand-holding help here with Captain and Margaret and Alyssa. They are at different levels of understanding of Facebook ads, and so and of course they have different personality types. So you might enjoy working with one person over another person, or the budget issue might make your decision for you. So with that, we are officially at the end of the course, and now I'm happy to take any additional questions for maybe 10 minutes or so for those of you who want to stay a bit longer. Okay. Any questions? And let's see here. It looks like Alyssa and Captain and Margaret have been answering a lot of questions inside the chat. So if you're looking at this replay, be sure to look at the chat log to see if there's anything. And one thing I should say from last session, Shirani had mentioned that she is now seeing the new Ads Manager layout. So darn Facebook, every time I teach a course, it makes some dramatic change. If it's confusing enough for enough people, I might make a supplemental video showing you around the new ads manager. But I don't even have access to the new ads manager yet. So once I do have access and I can play around with it long enough, then maybe I'll make something. I'm sure I'll start getting questions from some of you about that. So Alyssa, Captain, and Margaret, feel free to unmute. I'm going to unmute you all anyway, just so that you could say hi, because you haven't even officially said hi yet. So let's start with Alyssa. If you're up for it. Hi, Alyssa.
Hi. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. This has been amazing.
Yeah. So do you want to say what kind of person should reach out to you privately for Facebook ads work?
Yeah. So I really love working with entrepreneurs who have spiritually based businesses. And so really helping grow that body of work in the world. And you're probably going to want to come to me if you're looking for high level strategy for your ads, where you want to go with your ads, especially if you're looking more towards conversion type ads, sales ads, that type of thing. I'm going to be, that's really my bread and butter, really what I enjoy doing. So hopefully I can help you in that way.
And do you offer one-off sessions for kind of high-level strategy as well?
I do. Those are $100 an hour.
Cool. So yeah, if you just want to, those watching say, hey, I'd love to get Alyssa's kind of take on my strategy for my business on Facebook. Totally worth it. Absolutely worth it. It'll make you a lot more money than what you're paying her going forward. So awesome. Thanks, Alyssa.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here. And Captain, can I have you say hi as well? Hey, Captain.
Hi, George. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for being here too and helping out. Do you want to tell people what kind of support you love providing for Facebook ads?
Yeah, basically, I work with those who are just starting out, especially on the technical parts, maybe having confusion and maybe business manager, it's confusing them, something is not working well. And then the other part of it is if you're trying to create a rhythm, because I saw a question, somebody was asking a question regarding if you want to break down the whole of this course to just the actions you want to take, like, you were sharing the ongoing and the week 2, day 2, all those kind of things. So like I help people to create a rhythm, like a rhythm they can work with, on a weekly basis, post the content, do the ads, and then just grow the audience from scratch, basically. So yes, if you're starting out, I can help you.
Awesome. Great. And of course, the links for Alyssa and Captain and Margaret are right there inside the document. Let me show everybody again. It's on page 2 of the document, and their links are right there. That goes to their Facebook ads offerings. Okay. And last and not least, can I have you say something, Margaret? Are you at a place where you can?
I think I am.
Okay, let me bring you on here.
Hi, you guys.
Okay, hold on a sec. Let me bring your video on. Okay. All right. Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Great. Thanks for being here too. And maybe you could tell people what you enjoy helping people with on Facebook ads, or I know you have a beginner class too.
I have a beginner class that's wonderful. It's taking all the stressful, icky stuff. I like to tell people that my Facebook feed is sort of like a day spa for me, because I've been able to filter out everything that's icky, gross, stressful, angering. And I essentially see a few select friends, and then I've packed it full of positive news and things that are very easy for me to take, that are actually good for me. Yeah. And there's a lot of techniques, and I offer a little 1-hour workshop on how to do that with your feed as well. That's really taken the stress out of it for a lot of folks.
Very good. Yeah. And Margaret, besides helping people with Facebook ads, you of course also help people with, lots of things. I mean, everything from WordPress, technical things, all the way to storytelling for their business. Anyway, there you go.
Yeah, and I do a lot of work with individuals, especially with solo practitioners who have an authentic business that comes from the heart, that really want to do something good in the world with it, and lots and lots of bite-sized coaching and workshop offerings for that.
Yeah, awesome, great. Thank you so much, Margaret. And thank you, Captain, and thank you, Alyssa, and thanks to all of you. Congratulations on getting through this course. I know this was a lot. We didn't, we had a lot of technical stuff that, of course, started like session 3 or something, a lot of technical stuff. I hope you got something out of the course that was useful and that will help you to be productive on Facebook for your business going forward. I'm excited to hear your updates. So please send me your success stories. Of course, any questions you have, you put it in the document if you can find the place. If you're not sure where to put in the document, email me and I will find a place to put in the document to answer your question, and then I'll let you know what it is. So with that, I hope to see some of you in the Facebook Ads Mastermind, which starts in June. If you're watching this later in the year, just ask me whether the Facebook Ads Mastermind is still going on, and maybe it is, and maybe you'll be able to join. So, all right, go forward and bless and nurture your audience with your message, with your presence. That's really what it's about. Facebook Ads just helps you to amplify that to way more people than you could by yourself. All right, take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye for now.